Begin installation on your K&N 63-1114 by turning off the engine and disconnecting the vehicle's negative battery cable. Lift up on the engine cover to loosen it from the engine mounts and remove it from your vehicle. Unlock the red locking tab on the air temperature sensor electrical connection. Depress the locking lever and pull apart the temperature sensor electrical connection. Loosen the hose clamp that secures the intake tube to the throttle body. Then pull the intake tube off of the throttle body. Disconnect the crankcase vent hose from the valve cover port. On some vehicles, the crankcase vent will be located on the air box. Loosen and remove the air box mounting bolt. Lift the complete intake and air filter assembly and remove it from the vehicle. K&N recommends that customers do not discard the factory air intake. Install the twist bracket onto the core support using the provided hardware through the existing hole. Install the L bracket onto the heat shield through the non-slotted hole in the bracket. Install the 2 pieces of edge trim onto the heat shield. Be sure to leave a gap at the bracket mounting locations. Install the heat shield assembly into the vehicle and secure it to the twist bracket. Then secure the L bracket with the factory air box mounting bolt. Assemble the tube mounting bracket and saddle clamp with the provided hardware. Using the provided spacer, install the tube mounting bracket assembly onto the engine. Install the silicone hose onto the throttle body and secure it with a provided hose clamp. Remove the air temperature sensor from the factory intake tube. Install the provided grommet into the K&N intake tube. Refer to the instructions as they will vary for some applications on this step. Next, install the factory air temperature sensor into the grommet installed in the previous step. Install the K&N intake tube into the throttle body saddle clamp. Then secure it with the hose clamps provided. Install the provided crankcase vent hose onto the vent port and install the vent hose onto the K&N intake tube. Install the filter adapter into the air filter and secure it with a hose clamp. Next, place a silicone hose onto the air filter assembly and tighten it with a hose clamp. Install the air filter assembly onto the K&N intake tube and secure it with a provided hose clamp. Reconnect the air temperature sensor electrical connection. Next, reinstall the engine cover. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. Review the instruction sheet to make sure all steps were followed. After 100 miles of driving, check the nuts and bolts and retighten if necessary.